I'll first say that I was pretty drunk with a friend of mine when we went and watched it. So I was drunk and kind of even napped a little bit for about like a minute or two. But otherwise, dude, I was a huge fan of the trailer. The trailer has got to be one of my favorite trailers ever, up there with like Blade. But the movie was was a letdown, dude, in way too many ways. And I won't give the director and the writer too much shit about it because they're mostly TV guys. I mean, seriously, I think that director only has like four or six movies under his belt, so I'll cut him slack for not putting this together. But the writer, with lots of credits, I'm a little surprised that he couldn't come up with something a little better. There must have been something wrong with the production to have, or a lot was cut out of this film, and it kind of looks like a lot was. Um, but notice how this movie could have been. This could have been like Rambo. This could have, to some degree, been like The Hitcher with C. Thomas Howell, who has one of probably the most magnificent character arcs ever shown on film. I mean, from a weak little kid in The Hitcher churning into the man ready to do what's necessary. His character progressed so geniusly in that film, uh, through the ups and downs. Beautiful character art. In Rambo, Rambo is essentially Russell Crowe in Unhinged. He is unhinged. And he's blowing the shit out of everything. But why? And there was a reason. And at the end, dude, was that rad payoff with Rambo crumbling in tears, dude, in front of front of his friend, and explains what's going on. And then the movie ends with that like kind of depressing and thought-provoking song, which is how Rambo ended. And Rambo was just an action flick. Ding 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 ding. It was just fucking rocket launchers and jumping onto trucks. Um, but there was some serious depth where you watch Rambo himself change. You watch the sheriff realize that you shouldn't fuck with Vietnam vets who are homeless. Like he learned to be calm after that film. Like he learned, like he's going to be famous for starting shit with an ex-Vietnam vet in Rambo. But picture how rad it would have been in this movie, which is what I was waiting for, was the catharsis like that. Because that is the catharsis at the end of The Hitcher. He learns that this guy has to be killed because he can escape anything. In this, the girl had a really shitty arc. You never got the impression that she was oppressed by men, or you got the impression her ex-husband was a dick, but but she seemed real laid back about it. So I don't have any idea what she learned throughout this film, other than what, don't honk at somebody, and that really was all this fucking film was about. Don't, when you're having a bad day, don't honk your horn at the next driver. No, I will honk my horn at the next driver who does that kind of shit. And I would have done the same thing, and everybody in human history from this day forward will continue to do the same thing to guys who are having a nervous breakdown in a car in front of them. I'm not supposed to assume that he's having a bad day. I'm supposed to assume he's looking for his cigarette that fell on the floor or his phone. So no, your moral did not teach us anything about that. It just taught us that people are unhinged. But is that such a surprise nowadays that you have to beat us over the head that people are unhinged today of all times? Stupid, man. This movie was supposed to be an explanation of what is occurring, like, culturally, or at least, dude, that's what I was hoping for. There could have been so much more cool conversations on the phone with Russell Crowe in the car. Their conversations were so one-sided, and neither character was learning from each other. You knew that the second when that girl said, "Why are you doing this to us?" that she was doing it from the perspective of the innocent victim. But I'm sorry, she wasn't the innocent victim. She did lean on her horn, and he apologized and asked for an apology, and she said, "I don't have shit to apologize about." So it's like, if anything, we in the audience were expecting her character to learn. And all she learned was, I can never honk at somebody again? Wrong, wrong. She was supposed to learn that, yes, you may be having a bad day, but so are others. And you should be collectively empathetic to other people's issues. You know, because if most of us were in the car and he pulled up next to us and gave us that little spill, I probably would have said, you know what, I'm having a bad day too. I don't like you, but okay, sorry, man. Sorry. You know, that's probably what I would have done. And so anyway, her character was kind of a dick. And his character had no depth. I am so frustrated by that. He could have said so many things about his ex-wife, which we never learned much about, other than that she was sleeping with their divorce lawyer. Come on. Think of how much cooler it would have been the conversations they could have had throughout the whole film. And there could have even been a cool lull in the film where him and her are talking at one point, and she's like on the other side of town, and he kind of can't find her. And so he's going to go and threaten somebody she knows so that he can get closer, get back to her or something. How rad would it have been if he would have said, like, I'm outside your like mom's house, or I'm outside your kid's school teacher's house. How cool would it have been if she said, why don't you be honest, Mr. Psychopath? Why are you needing to do this to me? Just me. And it would have been cool if he gave a cool spiel about women like you. You know, is the way that this film could have been portrayed, that this is a misogynistic guy who's upset with women. They can go that route, and that's the route we all assumed. And that's the only hint we ever got about this guy, is he's a narcissist, he's an ego. I pray to God we don't find out somewhere in some back features that this character is based on the trend of people who like Trump. Would that not be so fucking aggravating for film critics like us to find out that they just simply said, let's take all of the worst Trump features we can get. And dude, I pray to God we never find that out. So they missed out on those phone calls. They missed out on, we don't know what kind of job he had. He had a big ass expensive $60,000-$70,000 fucking truck. He dressed kind of nice. He had politeness and good. He was eloquent. So, dude, we don't know shit about him, and that means he just now dies. And people will always say, "What did you learn from that main character girl?" And she'll go, "I can't honk at anyone anymore, apparently." And they're gonna go, "Wow, what a great lesson he taught you." So, dude, it was just that just really blew for me. And her kids, her relationship with her kids, one of her kids seemed like he was supposed to be a teen, but he looked like he was like 24 years old. So that actually took me out of the film. I thought that was like her brother hanging out there. This is the part where I was buzzed during the film, and I may not have paid attention. Maybe those weren't both her sons, but anyway, the son was just a moron. And why did Russell Crowe want to kill everyone to help the main character apologize? Why was that his answer? Who do you want me to kill next? It's like, it was like a slasher film, man. It was just a slasher film, is all it was, but in a thriller setting, an action thriller setting. Now I'm just going to kill everybody to ruin your day like you ruined mine. Dude, she just honked on the horn. We understand you're pissed. We understand if you want to ram her off the road or crash into shit, and so that you get this out. But you go from owning a $70,000 truck, used to parking in really nice fucking expensive areas, or at least where your lawyer lives, which means your wife was able to afford an expensive ass lawyer, and you're comfortable. Dude, obviously he came from money. He had a job. We don't learn anything. So anyway, just think about how much cooler this film could have been, and it could have had a heart-wrenching ending where he realizes how far he's gone, and then and less body count, dude. I can't believe they tried to throw a body count in this. Him stabbing that dude in the neck right there in the public restaurant. You know I can't do that. I'm a bad guy. Why would you do this? Because I'm a bad guy in a movie. What's your fucking point? uh, my wife is screwing somebody, so I just decided out of the blue, with my great career and my expensive vehicle and homes, to just go kill everybody. Okay, well then go ahead. I guess try to kill me the whole film. God, I can't even fucking talk to you. That's what, it's just unbelievable. So anyway, give it some thought. That's my feelings on it, dude. Really let down.